Question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouting. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Grand rising, people. Grand rising. Excuse me. Grand rising. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining, and hopefully it'll melt some of this snow away so we can get around to get back moving at least up until Saturday. Because Saturday, allegedly, they say that it's supposed to bring in more winter flurries. I'm sorry, something in my eye. Uh, and no, it's not my hair. I think it's the dust particles that's flying around. It's making my eyes water and all that. Woo. Okay, let's get into it today. Before I get into it, today is Wellness Wednesday. It's our first Wellness Wednesday of the year. Yay! We made it. All right. This right here, Wellness Wednesday. This to do your mental, swell. This right here, coupled along with my Molly Moss Sea Moss, it'll do your body good, honey. Get Shades of Blue by AM Morning and get some Molly Moss Sea Moss. Shades of Blue, again, by AM Morning. This book right here, boot, right here. See, this is how you know you got the right book. Look at the picture on the book because it's a tornado on a calm, beautiful blue sea. That means there's always trouble. There's always trouble brewing. There's always trouble afoot. But look at the beautiful water, and it's starting to get a little choppy out there. Can you stand the storm? This book is, I love this book. Every time I read it, I found something different and new in the chapters, or a different meaning to something. Like I said, whoever put that together, it's real. When I read the book, I was like, wow. Even though it's a fictional book, it's like this is some real stuff, and I laugh because I'm like, oh, this is stuff that really happened. Oh wow, or somebody or somebody, so that's why it's real. Like I said, she does well when she developing the fictional characters. When she's developing the characters, you have some heroes and you have some villains in the book. It's a good book. So I'm telling you guys, if you haven't already gotten it or read it, Shades of Blue, just read it and share it. If borrow somebody else's book, I don't know if it's in the libraries or not. It was in one library I know of in Florida, but look up the book. It's all over. Get it and donate it to somebody who is a reading enthusiast. If you don't like reading, you like listening to it, it's on audio. You can actually listen to it on audio. That's right. You can actually listen to the book on audio. And it's on Kindle. It's downloadable. It's even at your app store. You can go to your Apple store and in the book section and download the book. Ain't that something that you know that's got to be good? It's on all platforms like that. You can order the book out of Walmart, Target, wherever you need to get a book from. You can get this book. Like I said, it's very accessible. You know, over here in the U.S., I don't know about the U.S. I'm the U.K. and other countries, but like I said, it's a good book. Anyway, we're talking about today on the Morning Mac Show. We're going to talk about that good gut health. And sea moss, my favorite, is one of the things that they say promote good gut health. I'm not a doctor. I don't claim to be a doctor. I'm a person, I'm a human that has a lot of medical issues and everything. And all I know is what works for me. So I'm just giving you my opinion on this stuff. I don't want to get flagged or blocked or punished again because they were saying, oh, you giving medical advice and you're not a doctor. No, Wellness Wednesday is just sharing information and that stuff that you find out. And it's my opinion, my information that I'm sharing. So none of this is the law or the written rule in any type of scenario. The Morning Mac Show is a show for entertainment. We try to be not just entertainment, but informative, you know, giving you the news or informing people whatever they need to be informed of. And it's great because anybody can come on the platform and talk and state what's on your mind and stuff like that and share information only if it's good and positive. I don't want to share negative information. Don't we get enough negativity out there in the world? The world is negative. So I like good vibes and good vibrations. And I may bring some sad stories to you. But that's about it. That's about it. So I got some stuff about the sea moss. Everybody's always talking about the sea moss. When I got up this morning, I'm going to tell you, I was feeling down and sluggish. Not until I got up and started moving. My good friend Vicky, the Zenden 80. Namaste, Vicky. The Zenden 80 told me, and you get up in the morning, what helps you do to get through your day on an empty stomach. When you first get up, this is the first thing you take is some lemon juice and water, room temperature water. Just drink some lemon juice and water. And so I've been doing that this week. It promotes the vitamin C. It gives you a good extra boost. I take a whole lemon and squirt it into a 16-ounce bottle of water, and I drink that down room temperature, and then I start off my day. I try to work out a little bit. Yay! And when I'm working, I'm getting my steps in. So I get my steps in. Got over 500 today. And this is a milestone for me. I remember I couldn't even get to 50, but now I'm at 500 since last week. So look, baby steps, baby steps. Good morning, LA Josh Preston. Good morning. I get the baby steps in. Oh, did I send out? I don't think I sent out the I don't think I sent out my invite to everybody. So that's probably why nobody's in here with me. I got to go back and make sure I did. I'm sorry, guys. Charge it to my heart. No, I mean, don't charge it to my heart. What they say, charge it to something else. Let me send. They probably, Reese, where's the link? Where's the link? I'm all on something different. Before I got on here, I was actually pedaling on my little pedaler. The thing that you pedal on like a bike. I was putting some miles in on that baby. Some traction. And then I jumped on my show. I said, oh, I got to get on my show. So, but what I was saying about baby steps, especially when it comes to your body, your healing, your fitness, everything that you're doing, baby steps. It's Wellness Wednesday. If you believe, you can get there. If if you believe in yourself and really put an effort in it, if you want to change, you could do it. That's where the first start of change starts with you. And but I've been noticing some of my friends be saying that they skip meals. I skip meals too. I'm a notorious meal skipper. But then I realized when you skip meals, it brings on other problems related to the stomach and the gut. And we don't want that. Even if you do take your sea moss every day, you're still not supposed to skip meals. The sea moss, it does for me, helps me stay fuller longer or feel full longer. It's promote good gut health. I got some videos set up. Molly, if you could get to the sea moss videos, we'll bring it up. I think I said a couple. Good morning. Good morning, Rodney. Rodney is saying fire. I ain't messing with you, Rodney. I don't know what he's saying, but he's saying something. I know he ain't saying earth, wind, and fire. Okay, we got a video up. Check this out, and I can get back to talk about the video while I send this out to everybody.
Why does your stomach hurt after eating? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk about why your stomach might hurt after eating, as well as some possible symptoms, diagnosis, and treatment options. Point 1. Overeating and eating too quickly. The first reason your stomach might hurt after eating is that you might be overeating or eating too quickly. When you eat too much food or too fast, your stomach can't handle the digestion process, which can lead to stomach pain. Point 2. Food intolerance or sensitivity is that you might have a food intolerance or sensitivity. Some people have trouble digesting certain foods like dairy or gluten, which can cause stomach pain, bloating, and diarrhea. If you suspect you have a food intolerance or sensitivity, you can speak with a healthcare provider to get tested and develop a plan to avoid triggering foods. Point 3. GERD. Gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD, is a third reason why your stomach might hurt after eating. When the muscle at the bottom of your esophagus doesn't close properly, stomach acid can flow back up into your esophagus and cause a burning sensation in your chest, as well as stomach pain. Diagnosis of GERD typically involves a medical history and physical examination, medication, and surgery in severe cases. Point 4. Other possible causes. Other possible causes of stomach pain after eating include ulcers, pancreatitis, stress, anxiety, and certain medications. Symptoms of these conditions can include abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, it's important to speak with a healthcare provider to determine the underlying cause and develop an appropriate treatment plan. Tips to alleviate stomach pain. If you're experiencing stomach pain after eating, there are a few things you can do to alleviate the symptoms. These include eating smaller, more frequent meals, eating slowly, and chewing your food thoroughly, avoiding trigger foods that might cause your symptoms, taking over-the-counter antacids or acid reducers like proton pump inhibitors or H2 blockers, and managing your stress through techniques like meditation or yoga. When to see a doctor. If your stomach pain is severe or persistent, it's important to see a doctor to rule out more serious conditions like ulcers or pancreatitis. Your healthcare provider can perform diagnostic tests such as an endoscopy or imaging studies and develop a treatment plan based on your specific condition and needs. So, there you have it. Those are some of the reasons why your stomach might hurt after eating, as well as some possible symptoms, diagnosis, and treatment options.
All right, you got it. Like again, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing some information. Am I allowed to do that? I mean, if this was information I got off of YouTube, but a lot of times people don't take the time to look up different or specific things, and in passing conversation, I get these conversations and I said, okay, Wellness Wednesday's coming. Let's take a look at that. And that's what I do. So your stomach can hurt for a lot of reasons. This is another reason he didn't mention. Well, he did mention it. He said certain foods may upset and irritate your stomach. Jerry, if you're lactose intolerant, like a lot of I don't understand it when you're younger. You know, when you're a kid, you can drink milk, no problem. But as you get older, your body just does something. It's like it doesn't need the milk. But I guess that's true because we're the only animal that drinks the milk in old age, because dog, cats, cows, anything gets weaned off the tit and they don't go back and drink the milk. We drink the milk and still drink the milk as adults. So maybe milk is to help us in our developmental stages or years. I don't know. I'm just speculating, you know. This is just my opinion. Maybe milk is to help us when we get to a certain age, and not to keep us going when we're in our 40s, 50s, and 60s and so forth. You know, nothing past 18, I guess. Then you become lactose intolerant. Because when I was a kid, I used to tear some ice cream up. And I found out yesterday what the ice cream emoji is and what the ice cream emoji is not. Okay. And that brown, it looks like a brown swirl of like a chocolate ice cream. That's not the ice cream emoji, people. So I'm sharing that to with the rest of the people who don't know about the emojis, emoticon. That's, don't send that. Don't send that to nobody to say, you know what I got a taste for, and that's not it. That emoji stands for doo-doo. Yeah, SHIT. Yeah, that's what that emoji is. Even though it looks pleasant, it don't look. They should have some flies flying around it or something gross that you know what it is. But it has a happy face, big eyes on it, like hey, who would have thought? That. So I got a cruel lesson on emojis yesterday. My friends teased me about it because I didn't know. So what? I know now. So promoting good gut health, stay away from that emoji. Stay away from that emoji. You live, you learn. But dairy is what I was getting ready to say. Causes inflammation in the body. Sea moss helps combat that and reduces inflammation in your body and reduce the mucus and all that good stuff that's in the body. So that's one good gut health tip for sea moss. Even though that's not the gut health video I was talking about with the sea moss, but that's fine. Let me go ahead and see if I can get y'all some good old sea moss good health videos, so I can push the value and the good sea moss having the 92 vitamins and minerals, that your body needs. So back to the gut health, the reason why I'm doing the show today on gut health, stomach health, because when we try to go on a diet, those who try to diet or try to change your appetite or just good, healthy changes, and your body goes through things, it's like it fights against you, especially if you've given your body something that you've been giving it and then you cut it away, like the grease and the fats and all those bad foods. You might get indigestion because you're eating now more healthy foods like broccoli and more salads and stuff like that. But don't be discouraged. Don't say, oh, I can't eat a salad. Oh, it gives me gas. Look, your body takes getting used to anything. Just like if you had somebody that only ate fruits and vegetables and they started eating meat, or say if they ate a burger, the burger would give them gas and swell up, and they'll feel that same way that all of that good old salad does to you. You get your gassy and bloated and sluggish feeling. Okay. Some people eat the salad be like, oh, it makes me have gas, or it's rolling this, and that. Well, like I said, your body tolerance, you just got to get used to certain things. And you can do it. You can get used to it. I mean, hey, don't look at me as saying that I'm the pillar of good health and that I'm in great shape and everything. No, because I did not apply the knowledge that was given to me. That's wisdom. I wasn't wise when I was learning all these things about the body and your health and all that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Well, when you do what you want to do, you end up reckless and endangering yourself. And that's what, because I did what I want to do, instead of taking the knowledge and properly applying it, it was like, well, it says if I do this, this is going to happen. Maybe I shouldn't do this as much. Or if you do it, or maybe I shouldn't do it at all or as much. But because hard head makes a soft behind, and I'm paying for it later. Hard head makes a soft behind, literally. That's if you could keep butt cheeks. A hard head to make you lose a butt cheek. And then you be running around doing stuff half-ass. Hey, I just said, why are you doing stuff half-ass backwards? Because I was hard-headed and lost a cheek. So take that however you will, people. But yeah, when it comes to nutrition and you and your body, the wisdom is applying the stuff that we know. And all of us know some good stuff. And we know some bad stuff, but the bad stuff tastes so good. Just like drinking alcohol can cause us ulcers or pancreatitis. I did not know that. Exactly. Well, I did, but I had to learn it. Just like I'm telling you guys. Don't take my word for it. Do your research. Look stuff up. Just like I had to look stuff up and everything. Do the research. But I noticed that in the younger years when I was drinking, I used to drink. I never did hard liquor, but I would drink wine, for example. Well, I thought it was wine, Boone's Farm, but it says malt liquor on it. Did anybody know about Boone's Farm? They said Boone's Farm wine, but it also had the malt liquor stamp on it. Boop, my favorite one was Fuzzy Navel. Yay, boop, a strawberry daiquiri flavor. Boop, used to be able to take it. I'm speaking on my experience. These are my opinions, my feelings. I'm not teaching or I'm not telling nobody what to do. So I'm putting that disclaimer out there for Facebook. Sharing the story. Facebook and YouTube. So they'll go back and vet you and fact check you and all that other stuff. So back when I used to drink, I will always wonder why every time the drink tastes so good going down and it made you feel good. Yeah. But it makes my stomach burn. My stomach will hurt later. I'm like, why is this hurting? Why is this burning? Well, I don't think malt liquor is good for you. Well, that's what the doctors tell you. Oh, no, it's not good for you. You're supposed to stay away from it. And I'm like, well, I'm not drinking beer. This is wine. Malt liquor doesn't mean beer per se. I guess any malted beverage. And I did not know that this wine was a malt liquor. I mean, who knew? My silly mind thought malt liquor was a type of liquor. I'm like, I'm not drinking liquor. I'm drinking wine. I'm not drinking nothing malted. I'm drinking these fermented berries and stuff like that. But the whole time, I was drinking malt liquor, and it was good wine. But all I know, I started drinking it, and it started hurting my stomach, and then it started doing funny things to my body. Like I would get sick and nauseous and even diarrhea. Yeah, I don't know why everybody was diarrhea, but diarrhea. Or even have that some of the side effects. Didn't know what was going on, and I'm thinking, oh, it's the wings that I ate with the Boone Farm. So it's that burger I ate with the Boone Farm, whatever. It was the food that I was consuming that was hurting my little belly. But it was the malt liquor that was like really kicking off the pain. And I didn't have pancreatitis. I ended up, and the stress that I was under, ended up with ulcers. And if anybody know anything about bleeding stomach ulcers, they're like, oh, no. And they tell you that drinking will irritate your stomach and your ulcers and all that stuff. And that's what I was doing. Molly, we got our next video set up. Keep it rolling while I'm telling the stories. This is Wellness Wednesday. Ulcer.
Topic is ulcer. Ulcers are painful sores that are present in the protective lining of the digestive tract in humans. The digestive tract is made up of the mouth, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, and the intestine. Ulcers are relatively easy to treat, but can cause problems if left untreated. Peptic ulcers are the most common ulcer types. Peptic ulcers are associated with the presence of pepsin, a substance found in the digestive system, along with hydrochloric acid in the stomach lining. Peptic ulcers are of three types and are named for their location in the body. A peptic ulcer that is present in the stomach is known as gastric ulcer. If the peptic ulcer is in the duodenum, it is referred to as duodenal ulcer. A peptic ulcer that forms in the esophagus is called esophageal ulcer. Other lesser-known types of ulcer are stress ulcer that is found in critically ill or intensely stressed patients. Bleeding ulcer. A peptic ulcer that has been left untreated can result in internal bleeding. Internal bleeding is a very critical matter and may require urgent medical attention. This is the most dangerous of all ulcers, and if left unattended, can lead to severe consequences. A refractory ulcer is a term used to describe a peptic ulcer that is not healed over a period of time. Causes. An ulcer is formed when the mucus layer protecting the tissues of the body against digestive juices, or acid, breaks down or wears out. This breakdown may be as a result of Helicobacter pylori, a bacteria that causes stomach infection and inflammation. Frequent use of aspirin, ibuprofen, and other non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs or NSAIDs. Smoking. Stomach cancer. Radiation therapy. Excessive alcohol intake. Excessive stomach acid secretion. Symptoms. Abdominal pain that starts between meals or at night, is relieved after the use of antacids, that lasts for a few minutes or hours. Discomfort after meals. Heartburn. Bad breath. Constipation. Abnormal weight loss. Nausea and vomiting. Unusual headaches. Sleep problems. Changes in appetite. Indigestion. Bloody or dark stool.
Mm.
Diagnosis. Diagnosing ulcer will depend on your symptoms and intensity of the ulcer. Your doctor will request for your medical history and review it, and follow on your symptoms by asking questions about how the pain feels, how frequent it is, how long it lasts, and any medications you are taking. A blood, stool, or breath test may be ordered to check for infections in your stomach caused by Helicobacter pylori bacteria. In case of more serious symptoms, like bleeding, other tests may be required. An upper endoscopy, where a thin tube with a camera is inserted and passed down your throat into your stomach and small intestines to visualize and examine the area for ulcers. Upper gastrointestinal test, or upper GI. In this procedure, you will drink a thick white liquid called barium that coats your upper gastrointestinal tract and makes it possible for your doctor to view and treat the ulcer on x-rays. This procedure is also referred to as barium swallow. Treatment. The treatment may be non-surgical or surgical and depends on the underlying cause of the ulcer. Non-surgical treatments. If an ulcer is due to Helicobacter pylori infections, the doctor will prescribe antibiotics to help kill infections and proton pump inhibitors to block acid-producing cells. If Helicobacter pylori has been ruled out, proton pump inhibitors may be prescribed. This helps with blocking acid-producing cells. Other non-surgical treatment may include stopping all use of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs or NSAIDs, H2 receptor blockers that reduce acid production, antacids, bismuth supplements. Surgical treatments. In rare cases where the ulcer bleeds, refuses to heal, continues to occur, or stops food from leaving the stomach, surgical treatment may be required. The surgery may include removal of ulcer, tying off the blood vessel, or cutting off the nerve that produces acid in the stomach. Thank you for watching our video. Please do not forget to like and share the video.
All right. So did y'all get enough of or an idea of what the ulcers, what an ulcer is and what it can do from what we put in our mouth? Wow. Or what we don't put in our mouth. Yeah, but with me, I was stressing out and drinking, and I got bleeding ulcers. They treated me with medicine. Um, and thank goodness for that. But not a, not just medicine. I had to stop taking or doing what I was doing to cause the ulcers in the first place. So it's not only they treat you with medication, but you have to change your lifestyle to go along with that medicine to keep them ulcers away. I had bleeding ulcers. That oh man, I would get these really bad stomach pains and cramps, and it just had you double over. And then the worst is when you start vomiting, and when blood comes up, you're like, that's scary, you know. But it's all as well with the world now. And my ulcer, I don't have them any longer, or I would say they don't bother me any longer. But I don't have the type of stress that I had 40 years ago, or the or drinking like I said, I didn't think I was a drinker because I was drinking wine, but that wine was malt liquor, so I was drinking malt liquor. Didn't he know it? So I wasn't a bougie type drinker. I was ghetto heifer drinking you know, I was hood, and we thought that we was doing something that was good. Good morning, Lee. Good morning, Damien.
Morning,
You
morning.
know, what you say? Good morning,
Morning, morning.
morning. I was telling the cast today, we were talking about stomach and gut health, and I was telling them back in the day when I had a stomach ulcer and what caused it, and everything, and how I had to get it treated and take care of it. At first, we had to identify what it was and what was causing it. And I was just telling them about Boone's Farm wine. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember Boone's Farm.
But it wasn't a wine, it was a malt liquor. And nobody told us it was malt liquor. You know, so it wasn't like a wine. It was, you know,
Like barley wine.
right, sweet
Barley
barley.
wine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like exactly, like sweet beer. You know, we thought we're drinking wine. Yeah, we drink. Yeah, I was drinking fuzzy navel and strawberry daiquiri, and then they had one that tasted so good called Sun Peak Peach. I used to like that. So we'd sit around and we would chew bubble gum and drink wine, and you know, with our pinky up out of the glass. And I messed around.
Alcoholics in training.
Yeah, well, that's what it would have been. I messed up and it got a stomach ulcer. Yeah, that ended that. That ended that for me. I was like, oh no, I ain't drinking this stuff no more. I'm sick. It took a minute for us to get sick off of it, but we eventually did. And like you said, we was young alcoholics in training because we didn't think it was no harm in it, because we was like, oh, wine is good for you. Wine's good for you. Not malt liquor wine. Not malt liquor ain't good for you. And we can say, oh yeah, we could drink this. We would each have our own bottles down in a bottle like it was a serving, you know. That was some fun days, but it wasn't wise. It wasn't good health. So the knowledge that we learned, and we start to apply it right along with the medicine the doctor gave us to heal. So we had to make some lifestyle changes, but I'd rather make those lifestyle changes than have the doctor making changes for me on the operating table. That's all I'm saying. I'd rather make the change myself. Hey, how you been?
All right.
I was worried.
You know, that was there was something I had to go through the past couple of days. You know, being a functioning alcoholic, I mean, for at least 20 years, your body changes. I mean, especially over time. And to be honest with you, I'm at almost 2 weeks now. It's like losing an old friend.
Mm.
You know, something that I always, you know, I didn't look forward to it as much as I knew that when I woke up in the morning, I had to crack a beer to get, you know, the shakes going and get myself right with Jesus. And, you know, after 20 years and taking that away, I don't like doctors,
Right.
but what I did do was I did a mushroom meditation.
Oh, what's that, Damien?
Psilocybin mushrooms. I ate
Oh.
10 grams. Then I isolated myself, closed my eyes, and did a 24-hour meditation.
Okay. Was you conscious or like were you
Oh yeah.
sleeping?
No, not. I mean, you can't sleep when you're going through that trip. You just got to stay along for the ride.
Wow.
But it's a very effective treatment for depression and PTSD. And
Wait a minute, let me put
know,
the disclaimer out. This information that Damien is giving us, he's not telling you because he's not a doctor. He's just giving you his opinion on these things. Because I want to put that out there. So I don't want anybody thinking that we're telling people to go do this and all that. So we get suspended again. Because this is Wellness Wednesday, and we're just telling you different medical.
Well, I mean, I believe in I believe in taking things that are natural. You know, I still smoke weed, hella weed.
Okay.
But it basically what it did for me was it gave me a reset button.
Can anybody take this? I mean, do you get it from the?
I mean, I wouldn't. Only I think there's I don't think there's any dispensaries in the country that have it legalized. I think Colorado's the closest to legalizing it. But you know, I mean, there's things that are much more powerful, like peyote or ayahuasca, DMT, which is, you know, one of the active ingredients in psilocybin mushrooms.
Is peyote tea? I thought is peyote.
Peyote's grown on you know, different types of shit. And peyote buttons. Yeah, peyote buttons. What you do is you dry them out as best you can, crush them up, put them into tea, drink it. It's going to make you sick as a dog. You're going to throw up like crazy, and then you're off to the races. You need to be in a controlled environment if possible.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, but I feel a whole lot more at ease. I mean, the past week, you guys noticed that I'd kind of shut down and I wasn't talking. Really couldn't engage, and that's because of the withdrawal of you know, getting the alcohol out of my system. And then the other thing that needed to happen was this right here, my brain, because my brain was dependent on it. And you know, it was just a natural reset. And I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. I mean, if you've never done it before, it's going to be something that you're either going to enjoy it or you're not going to enjoy it, or you're just going to go with it and see what happens.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that you're okay.
Yeah, it was quite a. I guess I could call it. It's an internal journey.
Okay.
Because
I wouldn't recommend this. I wouldn't recommend this for normal people, or you know, Damien is strong. Y'all got to realize his battle with different substances. He has a strong intolerance, so I wouldn't advise this for anybody. But Damien, he's cut from a different cloth. I'll say that. Would you advise anybody to take that, Damien?
I would advise anyone to look up the research, and you know, there are people that you can talk to. There's things called microdosing. So I mean, you don't just like. I wouldn't recommend eating 10 grams. That's like a whole handful of mushrooms.
But you did.
But they're. Oh yeah. But the microdosing is where you just take a little bit, and it gives you a little bit of what it's like. And there's, you know, the Indians have been doing this for, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years, way even before Columbus got here. So I mean, if you rely on the earth to take care of some of those things, if you think about where all medicine comes from, most of the medicines that we take today, 90% of them come from the Amazon rainforest. Just different plants, different medicines, and I think that psilocybin mushrooms can be used as a medicine if used properly.
Psilocybin mushrooms. It sound too close.
It's called magic mushrooms. You've heard that before?
Mushrooms. Okay, I wouldn't advise anybody to take it, but you all are grown people, and we're not promoting that on the Morning Max show. We're just getting information, and Damien is sharing with some good stuff with us. You know, parents, you need to know that this stuff out there exists because your children could be on shrooms, and then with the different kinds and you know, and then like Damien said, if you're gonna do shrooms, micromanage it, microdose. Don't do like he did. He said he took a full 10 grams. That's like a handful of them, and just what's so funny. Yesterday when I told everybody that you were okay, you just was on a mushroom meditation. One of the comedians said he took a whole handful, and they was right. I ain't gonna tell you who said it. You got to go back and watch the show. It was like, Damien done took a whole handful of and they was spot on. So, but I'm glad that you're good, Damien. We're glad to see you. So, and
well, for me it feels like a reset. No, I probably won't do it again.
Oh, okay. So that took the shakes and everything away?
Everything.
Wow. I saw my friend, he's no longer with us, but he was alcoholic, and he called those the DTs, right? He said he got
drunk. They're called drunken tremens.
He started vomiting with his, and he was sweating. It was like he had the flu. And I saw that movie New Jack City when Pookie was going through detox when he was trying to get off of crack. Alcohol is just as bad as crack.
It's worse.
To me, and
more people die from alcohol withdrawal than any other heroin or meth or cocaine. Alcohol is the most dangerous to detox yourself. What I should have done, which is recommended by like my sponsor and other people, that Damien, as much as you drink, you drink a 30-pack a day. For you to cut cold turkey. Pack. Yeah, that's what I would drink every day, a 30-pack.
30 beers, 30 every day. Damn.
Every day. By myself. When I got the fellas over drinking with me, that's what I did to maintain every day. And I never really got drunk anymore. I'd have to go off doing like shots with my homies, for me to start speaking in all vowels. Sound like Charlie Brown's teacher.
Wah, 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 wah.
Wah, 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 wah.
Wow. That's and I was telling the people,
but it's also it's a meditation. It's very, very introspective. When you close your eyes, you're going to see lights. You're going to hear sounds, and as long as you keep yourself still and just go through whatever your mind is going through, it'll end. And after it, for me, it's been one day, major dose, the next day, coming off of it. And now today, I feel perfect, feel fine. Cravings gone.
What's gone? The shakes, the headaches?
Everything's gone.
Do it take away your appetite? Do your appetite comes back, or?
Oh yeah. I mean, yesterday I ate a whole box of Cheerios and some granola and some salmon patties. Yeah, I mean, my appetite came back.
Wow. I interesting. I never knew about the mushroom.
I sent Molly a video about it.
LA Josh Person says, what's a 30-pack? That's 30 beers. 30 pack
Yep.
or whatever beer he was drinking. He had to get 30 beers to get through the day.
Big old cube for $22 every day.
He said to get a big old cube. They get 30 beers for $22 wherever he, he is down there. I was telling the people how we got on the drinking thing, how it gave me a stomach ulcer. So all this drinking you do never affected your stomach? Because I got stomach ulcers.
I mean,
bleeding
I can
ones.
tell you every day my routine was, my body would, as I slept, my body would slowly start to detox. And then, early in the morning, I'd have hot flashes, cold sweats. And then when I got up, the first thing that would happen is I'd have to dry heave. Like there's nothing in my stomach. So all I'd be puking out is this yellow bile. And every single morning. And that would not stop until I went and, cracked a beer and slammed 3 or 4 of them at a time, just to get the alcohol content back up to where my body felt normal again. And then I could go on and on.
Wow. See, I couldn't get past the pain. The dry heaves, they hurt. If anybody ever had they hurt. Dry heaves hurt. And I couldn't get past the pain. And that's when the blood would come up with me, when, the dry heaves. I couldn't get past that pain. I ain't no way. Like I said, I was in somebody's emergency room and getting medicine from the doctors to help. And I was like, oh, I'm not doing that no more. That's pain. But you, like I said, you have a strong endurance for some pain, huh? I couldn't do it.
Pretty much.
And then go over and over again. It's like I keep saying, we all have the knowledge to do the right thing. It's what we do, what we choose to do with that knowledge, that makes us wise or I don't want to say dumb or less wise. We all know that if you do this, you do that, but we tend to do what feels good to us or what we like, what our body likes, versus what we should do and what our body really needs and like. That's
basically what you're doing with mushrooms is you are poisoning yourself. I mean, it's poisoning
yourself. Okay.
Yeah, it's a toxin. It's a neurotoxin, which means
venom?
It affects.
Kind of like.
Yeah, but neurotoxins come in different forms. There's the ones that'll kill you, and then there's ones that'll make you crazy. Then there's natural neurotoxins that like when you go through chemotherapy, you're getting poisoned to kill all of the bad cells. But when you're going through chemo, they not only kill the bad cells, but they kill the good ones too, in the hopes that they kill enough of the bad ones that they can replenish your good ones after you've gone through that treatment. So, poisoning ourselves is something that's very, very common in medicine. Now, I just prefer to use something that's a natural remedy rather than going to a doctor. I haven't been to a doctor in 25 years.
Wow.
And I've just dislocated fingers, broken bones, and I'll fix it myself.
So how do you know that when was your last chemo session? Because you dealt with cancer. You haven't
20 years ago.
Wow.
20 years ago.
Wow. Walking medical anomaly, I tell you. Mr. David Seaman. But I like to talk about the good sea balls, the good remedies for the sea balls. Woo! I tell you. Hey, there go Trey Wiz, Trey Money. Good morning, Trey Money.
I'm calling that shit. I would change that shit back to Trey Wiz. Oh, shit.
Trey Money out in the damn cold.
It ain't that cold.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
The sun is out for real. I ain't in the shade or nothing. I'm, so it ain't that bad.
Okay. I do want to grad. Look who's back.
Yeah, I seen him on here. What's up, Damien?
What's up, Trey?
Ain't nothing really. Ain't nothing. Happy New Year.
You too.
Wow. Okay, Molly, we got another video. We talked about the gut health, and did I tell the people what the ulcers was the different type of ulcers and how they come about. And well, wow, it's just some insightful information. And thank you, Damien, for telling us about the mushrooms. What do they call again?
Psilocybin
I want to
mushrooms.
continue to explore the healing powers of fungi. I've learned of another mushroom that's been used for thousands of years to bring people enlightenment and unity. Psilocybin and other psychedelics are now being used in new ways. I've connected with psychologist Dr. John Vervaeke, who studies how psychedelics can change our minds. How do psychedelics affect the brain?
What you can do with psychedelics is you can expand the number of states that the brain can get into. And then this can introduce what's called cognitive flexibility into people's cognition.
Why are psychedelics being studied today?
There's some preliminary but growing evidence that this can help with certain issues, people dealing with PTSD, people dealing with depression, people dealing with various kinds of addictions.
Psychedelics are thought to have been used by humans worldwide for centuries.
Good morning, Jay.
Some people have now started taking low doses of psychedelics or other drugs, a practice called microdosing. Why are people doing this?
I think more and more people want to, if you'll allow me to put a word on it, they want to start cultivating wisdom. Psilocybin could improve your insight, right? Improve the reduction of your egocentrism, right? Your ability to pick up on other people's perspectives, and also enhance your capacity for self-transcendence, which is what you need to overcome self-deception. And I would say that's the core of wisdom.
Interesting. John's research into microdosing in the mind is fascinating, but I want to meet with someone who has started microdosing to learn firsthand about their experience.
My name is
Josh?
Tom Brennan. I'm interested
You already know.
in microdosing
Friday.
as a exploratory way to increase consciousness.
What has your experience been like since you began microdosing?
In the last 3 years, when I started microdosing, which is eating just a very small quantity of psilocybin mushrooms, you get an experience where your perception is just slightly altered. And I've found that it actually makes me more attentive and able to focus on problems.
How prevalent is microdosing?
People in Silicon Valley, other business leaders have already admitted now to microdosing on a regular basis.
So how is it done?
These are the mushrooms, which I'll weigh on a digital gram scale to 0.5 grams. Then I'll take them, put them in the spice grinder. And now they're all ground up in the glass. Yummy. A little orange juice, make it a little more palatable. A little stir. Down the hatch. Onset is about 40 minutes. From start to finish, it's about 6 hours. With a microdose like this, at this level, it's pretty minor. I'll be there in a 30 minutes. See you later.
What are the psychological benefits?
It has a calming effect, and it also has an empathogen effect, similar to MDMA, where it makes you feel better about other people. So definitely reduce anxiety in me.
Do you consider yourself high?
In a higher state of consciousness, but not high.
So it's mind expanding as opposed to escapism.
It's a helpful and beneficial compound that is good for everybody.
What change could someone who's decided to start microdosing expect to see in themselves?
Intention is critical. So what you expect or want out of the compound seems to happen, even though that does sound a little on the unscientific side. I've found it, in my experience, that what I expect or want from it, it seems to give to me.
Tom's anecdotal evidence is interesting. I'd like to conduct a psilocybin microdosing experiment, but without access to legal forms of the drug to test, I'll remain an interested observer for now.
Wow. that was good and insightful. Wow. It seemed like from the talking that it seemed like it's stronger than weed or better than weed. That's
different. It's not stronger or better, it's different.
It gives you a 6-hour high. Wow.
That's with a microdose.
The micro. So, oh yeah, so you took 10 whole grams, so that's why you was out for the whole day. But the microdose
20
can last.
I took 20 times that amount.
Jeez. That the normal dose 6 hours. You took 20 times. Yeah, I've been out for a couple of days. Anybody would. Wow. Okay. But if that's the restart button, and so when you microdose, do you do microdosing every day when you're microdosing it, or
No, I just did one. I just did one big one.
I'm
I'm talking about on the normal?
Why am I? Why?
Oh, just I can't just take one news when it's here.
Oh
On
no,
the
I
normal
was.
scale of it. That was interesting.
I wouldn't recommend it to anyone that's not informed. Like, I mean, if for example, if I was at partying at your house or something, and I ground up a bunch and I sprinkled it on cookies or something like that, and no one knew about it, it would be an uncomfortable experience. If you know that something's going to happen and you can get maybe an idea of what it might be like, at least then you have a somewhat informed decision to make. But if someone gives it to you to play a joke on you, that could be really scary, because you don't know what's going on, and someone just basically tricked you. It has to be something voluntary, that that you're going to have to go through this experience, or what you could call a treatment, and you just have to be prepared for it and know to isolate yourself, be in a calm, soothing environment. You don't want to be like on the subway and all of a sudden it kicks in, because you might put yourself in a dangerous situation.
So that's why you have to isolate so you don't panic, or so freak out.
Well, it's a whole lot better when there's almost no stimulus, like a TV on, a radio on. But soothing music it can help. It's called a guided meditation. But if you're not aware that that's what you're taking, you really do want to say, okay, I'm taking this. Something's going to happen. I don't need to be afraid. But if someone like gave it to you, kind of like in Cheech and Chong, whoa, I can't believe you took all that, man. You took the most acid I've ever seen anyone take. That's seen in Cheech and Chong. And if you don't know what you're preparing yourself for, well, then if it's your first time, at least make sure that you're informed. Do a little bit of research on it before you do something that might freak you out. Because if you've never had that kind of a high, it's not like a weed high. It's not like a drunk high. It's totally different. Totally different.
Okay. Wow. Woo. Thanks for.
But the reason why I did it is because after being a functioning alcoholic for so many years, to take that away from me, it was like losing a friend. So I mean, this past week, I got more and more depressed, more just in my own head, and I figured, what, I need to do something, and that's something that I've done in the past, years and years and years ago, and I figured that's how I'm going to hit my reset button, and I feel great today, absolutely wonderful.
Question: one of the viewers said, so he is still high now. Are you still high now?
Nope.
You completely sober. Okay.
Yep.
So he's sober and feeling good, you guys. Okay.
Smoking my weed.
Smoking the weed. Feeling good. Okay. All righty. So let's see what other good bags of treat videos that we have here. Okay. See what next video we got. Here we go.
Pancreatitis. Pancreatitis is an inflammation of the pancreas. The pancreas is a large gland that sits tucked behind the stomach and next to the small intestine. It produces enzymes and hormones. There exist two main types of pancreatitis: acute, short-term, and chronic, long-term. Acute pancreatitis forms suddenly and resolves with appropriate medical care. Acute pancreatitis progresses into chronic pancreatitis after several episodes and can last for months and even years. In 2015, about 8.9 million cases of pancreatitis were recorded globally, with about 132,700 deaths. The condition is more common in men than women and usually begins between the ages of 30 and 40. It is rare in children. Pancreatitis can cause serious complications like diabetes, kidney failure, breathing problems, and pancreatic cancer. Causes: the pancreas secretes powerful digestive enzymes into the small intestine through the pancreatic duct. The digestive enzymes aid digestion. The pancreas also secretes a number of hormones into the bloodstream. These hormones help to control the way the body processes sugar. Inflammation occurs when digestive juices or enzymes get trapped and become activated while in the pancreas, causing irritation to the cells in the pancreas. Certain conditions can lead to pancreatitis. The most common is gallstones and alcoholism. Gallstones are small pebble-like composition that forms in the gallbladder. The gallstones can get stuck in the process of moving out of the bile ducts into the small intestines. This blockage will stop the pancreas from secreting its enzymes in the intestines. Alcoholism, heavy consumption of alcohol for many years, may lead to pancreatitis. Other causative factors may include abdominal surgery, cystic fibrosis, infection, injury to the abdomen or pancreas, such as one from a car accident or bad fall, some certain medications, high levels of calcium in the blood, high triglyceride levels in the blood. Symptoms: signs and symptoms may vary on the type you experience. For acute pancreatitis, signs and symptoms may include fever, upper abdominal pain, nausea, increased heartbeat, swollen and tender abdomen, abdominal pain that gets worse after eating, abdominal pain that radiates to the back or feels worse when a person lies on his or her back. Chronic pancreatitis symptoms may include oily, smelly stool, weight loss, upper abdominal pain. Diagnosis: diagnosis may include laboratory tests and imaging procedures that check the functioning of numerous body systems. They are blood tests to detect high levels of pancreatic enzymes, stool tests. Imaging procedures include the abdominal ultrasound that checks for gallstones and pancreas inflammation, MRI to detect abnormalities in the gallbladder and pancreas, endoscopy to look for blockages and inflammation in the ducts, pancreatic or bile duct, CT scan to detect gallstones and evaluate the extent of pancreas inflammation, biopsy, where a small needle is inserted into the pancreas and a small tissue sample is removed for study. Treatment: treatment will depend on the nature of your condition, whether it is acute or chronic. Initial treatment in the hospital aims at getting your pancreatitis under control, and treatment may include pain medication to help control pain, bowel rest or fasting. This is done to give the pancreas some rest time while it recovers. Once the inflammation in the pancreas is controlled, eating bland foods and taking clear fluid may be required. If the condition persists, a feeding tube may be recommended to avoid feeding. Intravenous fluids. Pancreatitis is always accompanied by dehydration, which can worsen the symptoms and complications. Extra fluids will be provided intravenously through a vein in your arm. The underlying cause of your condition can now be treated once your pancreatitis is under control. Treatment may include a blocked pancreatic duct may be opened during a procedure known as an endoscopic retrograde cholangiopancreatography, ERCP. In those with gallstones, your doctor may suggest surgery to remove your gallbladder. In pancreatitis caused by years of alcoholism, your doctor may recommend you enter an alcohol addiction treatment program. If you continue alcohol consumption, your condition will worsen and lead to some serious complications. Pancreatitis caused by high triglycerides may be treated with medication that can help to decrease the patient's triglycerides levels. The patient may need to be injected with insulin if the pancreas is not producing sufficient insulin. In certain complications, such as a severe injury to the pancreas and bleeding develops, pancreas surgery may be essential to drain, repair, or remove the affected tissue. A good diet plan with low-fat meals that are high in nutrients may be important.
Woo, I tell you.
Thank you for watching our video. Please do not forget to like and share.
Molly said, "Good video, Damien." Yeah. Is that your reasoning? What? Okay, if I can ask from as an outsider, what made
Yeah,
you
go
want to
ahead.
stop? Doesn't matter what made you want to stop, but what made you want to stop?
I got tired of being the guy that would be at the bar or something like that, and people say, "Oh, that's just Damien. You know, he's loud. That's just Damien. You know, no one can keep up with how much he drinks. You know, because I drank from morning all day, from the time I woke up till the time I went to bed, and I did that for 20 years.
Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, and you know, the other thing was, you know, I'm not getting any younger. I'm over a half a century old. And to think about, you know, in the past 20 years, spending more on beer than I've done on any other significant bill, like a car payment, mortgage, rent, whatever, groceries. I mean, I'm talking minimum $130, $140 a week just in beer.
Right.
Plus,
Ain't no
you know,
wrong
I
with
chain
that.
smoke.
That's good.
And
reason.
I just watching my sponsor, who was I was his only sponsee, by the way, but he went back out, and you know, I watched him go into recovery, and he's doing real well now. And it was just time for me to just say, you know what, I don't want to be tied to something like that I have to have it or I'm going to be sick. Just like heroin. You know, if I was a heroin addict, if I don't have it, I'm going to be sick. So I need to get that. And I can tell you, man, those first 2 days of detoxing myself by myself, that was tough. I mean, real tough.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It took 2 days before I could even keep one glass of water down.
Wow.
That's how much my body craved the alcohol. So, I mean, that was tough.
That's a way. Yeah, that's a way to pull in the new year. Molly said, "Keep up the good work, Dane."
Wow.
AKA Dickie Head Ass. Keep up the good work. Okay, that's Brian said the first time. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
And the mushroom therapy was just something that I felt would help in my recovery. You know, give my mind a reset. And I have no, like 3 days ago, I still wake up every day thinking, God, man, I could just go to the gas station. I don't even have to tell anybody. I go get me a 40 and I'll have that thing drunk by the time I get home. Just make myself feel better.
Josh said, "How's Connie?"
Oh, she's fine.
That's what's up.
She don't do that shit. But
shout about,
you know, 4 or 5 days ago, you know, even though I'm sober with no alcohol in me, the craving was still there. My mind was still wanting it. And, you know, being someone who doesn't like doctors at all, I've done mushrooms in the past recreationally. So I took a massive dose, and I just sweated out and closed my eyes and fasted and let nature take its course. And when it was over, it was over.
Let me ask you, weren't you afraid to take the massive dose of what it might do to you?
No, I wasn't afraid at all. I mean, what would be the alternative? Death. There's a possibility of that, or being in a living death the rest of my life. Because all drinking was doing is, you know, speeding up the process of me dying, not really, you know, fulfilling certain things that I felt were very, very important, like reconnecting with my kids. You know, I don't blame my kids for saying, you know, nah, I ain't going to Dad's house. All he does is sit around and drink beer all day. So, you know, I got lots of stuff to do.
That's a nice way to reflect and change, though. That's what's up. I'm happy about that.
To reset this right here, it's so far beyond the physical addiction. This right here is where it all starts.
You're right about that.
And all I did, in my opinion, I'm not a doctor. I won't give out medical advice, but in my opinion, it hit a reset button. And now I don't feel anything.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's cool.
And now,
That's a
don't
cool
get me
way to
wrong.
bring in a
Don't get
new
me
year.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's very, very intense when you do it like that. But it's not for everyone. It was just something I chose to do, and it's natural. It grows on shit. So I mean, it's got to be good for it. Taking the good shit out of the shit.
Right.
Wow.
Okay, so James Stallings, what's up, James? James Stallings said, "Have you gone to the doctor to have your heart and liver checked? Because I still see that you're smoking marijuana now while you're talking on the show."
No, I don't go to doctors.
Right. Well, that's
I don't.
answered. Thank you, James. Is Uncle Rick going to stop? I didn't know Uncle Rick was
That's
a
up to
drinker
him.
like that.
Yeah,
I-
well, he
yeah.
can be a drinker like that. He can do a fifth
Yeah.
of Fireball like no one's business. He only weighs 135 pounds.
Yeah, and James, marijuana is considered to be a medication on this side of the fence. Anything that you
There you
abuse
go.
is anything that you abuse, but over here, that's on this platform is really considered to be something that helps you. It's not for everybody, like we say. So we're not pushing it on
Yep.
anybody, but I'd rather him be chill and smoke. And I'm about to roll up on myself. So if you don't like seeing that, then that might be a little issue or whatever. But I'm for it. I don't drink at all, but I'm for it.
Wow. So
Now I'm addicted. I'm
when your
addicted to
friends,
Crystal Light.
huh? You okay?
Now that's them cigarettes. That's what the fuck all that is. That Fleming shit coming up. I ain't say nothing about you smoke cigarettes. Don't smoke no cigarettes, nobody. But I'm for the weed. That weed getting that shit built up. I know what it is.
So,
Yeah, this
Damien,
is
I have a question.
Saturn OG.
So when your friends come over that likes to drink, and everything, are you gonna have a no drinking house that you going through this or
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Well,
I have no
that's
desire
just
for
like
it whatsoever.
that's just like myself. I used to be a heavy smoker, cigarette smoker, and I quit smoking cigarettes. I mean, I can be around it. I even go to cigar.
Look at Rodney. That's what's up, Rodney.
I don't smoke. I won't smoke cigarettes. I'm not going to say I don't get the urge, but by the grace of God,
because drinking,
I used to do that too. I used to be what they call a chronic alcoholic. I was
Cannabis is
a
holistic medicine. Kenneth Clark.
It is.
And Rodney has said, Damien, put that up for a second. Thank you. So wonderful, Molly. Thank you. He said, I can't believe I'm about to say this with a little pause hesitation, but he's proud of you, Damien.
Hey man. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Proud of you.
I know, Josh. We trying to work on some things. We trying to work on that type of shit. I know what you mean.
None of that yet.
You sound like you a radio mechanic. Your audio is not good.
Not
mine.
Yeah, that's better now. Before it sounded like you was in a box.
Not this one. Not no more. So what's up? We can't let the lingo die. Can't let the dialogue die. So what's up?
Go ahead. What you were saying, Lee? You was a functioning alcoholic.
Yeah, I was a functional alcoholic. You got 2-3 clubs. You become your drinker. You drink. You smoke. I mean, I did a lot of things back in the day, and by the grace of God, I honestly stopped it all. I didn't stop it with His help. I was stopped. I took jobs that required me not to do, and I never went to the doctor to have someone to tell me that I had an addiction to anything. I just liked doing it, and I stopped. There's only like 5 different drugs I've never used, and that's crack cocaine, acid. Everybody used LSD, which is a joke, and I just don't do it. He can do it. He can do it. And I'm
Okay. Okay.
You've never tried LSD?
No.
I have.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
not sick, man. It's nice to be with a group.
Everybody's
Covering
tried
the cause.
LSD.
No, no.
Everybody uses LSD to this day.
What's
Well, not
LSD?
everybody. Lotion, soap, and
LSD is
deodorant.
acid.
Who LSD is acid?
Yeah, the drug
Yep.
company, I was using LSD as lotion, soap, and deodorant.
What?
Me and my buddy me and my buddy Dennis Sheffield, we were big Grateful Dead fans, Deadheads, and we were in high school, and I sold a bunch of weed, and he sold a bunch of weed. And when the Grateful Dead would come through, they'd come. They'd start at Soldier Field in Chicago, go up to Alpine Valley, and then Madison, Wisconsin, then come back around up to the Michigan State Hash Bash, and then back to Soldier Field. So we toured we just followed along in a Volkswagen van, and we sold bean and cheese quesadillas on a hot plate, just 2 tortillas, some cheese whiz, and some refried beans. And we sold those out in the village. We actually never went into the concert. Well, this one day, this dude comes up and he's got all pupil. There's no color in his eyes. It's all black. This guy is tripping balls, and that's what they call it. He's tripping. And he goes, "Oh, man, we had some of your quesadillas, man. I ain't got no cash, but I got 2 sheets of double dip white blotter." Me and Dennis look at each other, man. We just loaded them up with the bean and cheese quesadillas. Well, there's 100 hits on per sheet, and they're just little teeny square. There's 100 hits. Now in high school, this is back in the late 80s, early 90s. You'd sell them for $20 a piece. So each one of those sheets was $2,000. I remember when we came back and we had to go to school the next day. I mean, we sold a bunch of them at lunchtime, and by the end of school, I mean, there was people just freaking the fuck out because it was very, very strong stuff, and they were teenage kids, just every one of them going nuts.
James Stallings has said, there's a few comments actually I'm gonna hit on real quick, but James Stallings has said, well, I also smoked for over 20 years. It was also the worst thing for me to quit. It took me another 15 years to quit altogether. The weed is nothing. Weed, honestly, I smoked since I was 17, and weed is nothing, but cigarettes is a hell of a different thing. Rodney said that was difficult. I need a drink now. Now I'm rolling up. He got me all stressed out and talking about quitting shit and everything. Even though it's possible, I'm happy for you now. That's another video up that Molly has.
Dr. Scott Jensen, and I am not
that volume to the video.
Exaggerating when I tell you, if you're a patient, your doctor,
I don't know. Can anybody else hear it? Because I don't hear nothing.
Yeah.
Your clinic, your hospital.
All right.
We can all get paid more if we make you sicker. And I think you need to understand that. This patient's on Medicare. His insurance company will get paid more by Medicare if this patient is seen as more sick. There's all kinds of incentive plans being doled out by insurance companies and government programs to clinics and providers and healthcare systems. For instance, one of them that you may have heard of is if a clinic can hit a certain threshold level of patients taking a certain kind of vaccine, they get paid a chunk of money for each one of those patients that took the vaccine. So it's not uncommon to have like an influenza vaccine incentive program, and say you have 1,000 patients that could potentially qualify. Well, if you could hit, say, 60%, you might get this amount of money per patient. If you can hit 80%, they'll give you this much. Literally, doctors can get tens and tens of thousands of dollars on an annual basis for an incentive program as simple as that. Here's another one. If we can call you diabetic based on some parameters, even if we're not treating you with a medication or didn't really do anything for you, if we can call you diabetic and we do a test called an A1C. Now, if we do an A1C and we get a 6.8 reading, that allows us to call you diabetic, even if we don't do anything for you. And when a person has diabetes, generally a doctor or a clinic will get a good mark if they can keep that person's A1C less than 7.5, sometimes less than 8, sometimes less than 7. But if you can call someone a diabetic with an A1C of 6.8, you don't have to do anything. You just get to put them down as a diabetic, and they'll count as a good patient for you because you've gotten their A1C to less than 7 or 7.5. So all of a sudden, you've got this bizarre incentive to call as many of your patients as possible as diabetics. Here's another monitoring.
That's very, very lucid in his statement. And if you think about it this way, it's us and New Zealand are the only countries in the world that you're allowed to advertise pharmaceutical medications. You're allowed to advertise.
Yeah, well, you know.
And we're also one of 3 countries that doesn't have free health care for all citizens.
You know, this is not my opinion because I worked in the hospital and a doctor's office. What he said is correct. When that's them labeling us again, and how to get kickbacks from the different pharmaceutical companies. And also, did you all know, like, for instance, your own insurance company would say, hey, if you get this screening and that screening will take this, and that vaccine or flu shot, they give you money. They give you incentives. Have y'all ever seen that? They give you
I get them now.
$10 or $50 if you get all these screenings done. And that makes the people go out and say, oh, give me the screening, give me the flu shot, give me the hockey, because they're giving out incentives to go to the doctor. He gonna find
They wouldn't spend money on advertising. They would not spend money on advertising if it did not make a profit. Period. Those commercials cost millions and millions and millions of dollars. They got to be making money, or else they wouldn't.
Insurance company, they don't have to do a commercial. Your card right now, they give you incentives or money or food cards, grocery cards, or food cards if you go to the doctor. If you go to the doctor, or if you had this test done or whatever, you get money and food cards.
When it comes to about those drugs that are on the sheet, yes, you were absolutely right, sir. Also, she was sold like that as well. Yeah, James Stallings was saying that you was right about what you were saying about the acid tabs and stuff, like how it's sold and how profitable it is and stuff like that. Damien.
Forget the acid tabs. What about the drugs?
I know.
I was reading the comments because we sometimes fail to do that. I was just reading the comments. That's all.
Oh no, I was just saying. I was talking, to James. Forget the acid tablets. What about the drugs that the doctors and stuff give you? That's way more. They reach way more people than the people with the acid tabs. I wasn't talking about you, Trey. I'm just responding.
Okay.
Well, you look at the disclaimers on the commercials. If you're taking this medication and you have a bad reaction to it, well, you can continue to take this medication. Here's another medication that goes with it to offset those symptoms. Man, what the fuck, man? Come on. Read between the lines. That's why there's too much fine print. That's why they have to talk so fast at the end of the commercial, so you don't hear everything.
You really got to ask the people that have to deal with medications and trying to get access to them and keep them supplied. And there's a lot of people out there that got an issue with trying to get medicine or getting switched off of insurance, and they can't get that insurance no more, or it's a certain zone that they're in that they can't, that they don't qualify with that insurance or something anymore. You got to really ask the panel of people that like have issues with access to medications and things like that.
And that comes from the insurance companies. And it's like how one time if okay, you're doing something and they say your insurance saying, oh, this cover is to help you, but in a click, oh, we don't cover your insurance, don't cover that no more, so we can't help you no more. So was you doing this just to get the money from the insurance company, or are you generally doing this shit to help me? It's always the money from the insurance company, and they make you think that you need this or push that on you so you can get weaker and weaker, so that you can keep coming back, so you can get a dependency on different medications or different therapies or different whatever. But as soon as your insurance, if they're giving you life-sustaining information or life-sustaining medication, how can they say as soon as your insurance switch, click, or whatever, they cut you right off, smooth off? Oh, your insurance don't cover that no more. Or you can't get that no more. But didn't you just tell me I needed this?
But are you warned ahead of time or at all, or do you get emails prior? No emails, notifications.
Baby, no, the insurance be at will. They don't tell you I'm about to cut this off. Or how many times have I been to the drugstore? They say, "Oh, your insurance no longer cover that. Oh, we don't cover that." Then I call my insurance up, and it was like, "Well, no, we don't cover that. Have your doctor write you a prescription for this, for another one." I was like, "What?" They just switch it on you, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't cover that insulin no more. Oh, you don't cover Novolog. No, tell your doctor write you for Levemir. Okay, then now you say, you know, I'm like, oh, what is it? I guess it's the cheaper or whatever. The insurance company don't tell you jack.
Kenneth said that he said, I don't see anything wrong with anyone with getting incentives from for getting physicals and checking our vitals. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'll do that, but I'm not subscribing to like the medication or anything.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that your insurance company pushes you to go to the doctor. And when you go to that doctor, he's going to find something wrong with you so he can give you stuff. See, the incentives for the insurance company is to get us in the door. That's all. They just want, bring them into the office, bring them into the, and what better way to bring you into the office to give you an incentive? Hey, if you go to the doctor, if you go to this doctor, I give you $20. If you go to this doctor, I give you $10.
Is that narrative is that narrative from doctors and stuff pushed because of medical history possibly? Because when I go, like, they check everything and they don't, you know, they say everything is fine. They say you might want to, you know, watch your soul, or you might want to watch this, but I don't, you know, so I'm saying, like, you think they base it off of medical history, that they can look at it and see on someone's folder, oh, they had this, they had that, they deal with this, they deal with that, and then they can trump that up and try to, no pun intended, they can trump it up and try to make it bigger than what it is, like, and tell you stuff?
I think they do. I think that's why they try to get you in there so they can trump it up and make it bigger than what it is.
Yeah, that's what I think Kenneth meant by his comment. You know,
I certainly do, because I get my little stipends because I do go to my doctors. That's because I have issues that I have to go on a regular purpose for, but I get my normal screening. And if I don't go and say, hey, do I get this for this or this for that, knowing that that's what they give in the screenings, they wouldn't give it to you. You see what I'm saying? I go all the time, but and ain't nobody said, Reese, don't forget you get your $25 gift card. I have to call them like, hey, did y'all send my stuff? You know. But if you don't go all the time, they calling you. Hey, if you go, I'll give you $25. They're not telling me that because I go all the time, and they reminded me, hey, you get this for doing that. See what I'm saying? They want some new blood. They want to get you in there, like you said, Trey, so they can ramp you up, so they can say, oh, okay, now come back in 4 weeks, or come back in 2 weeks, or come back in a month.
I was saying though, because of the medical history. I'm not saying in general. I'm saying because of being possible that it's the medical history that is attached to that person that they are able to trump it up. Not that because I'm saying, because that doesn't necessarily happen to me when I go get physical like once a year. They tell me that everything is in good standing and everything. Like they might say like you might want to walk more, or you might want to, you know, watch this or watch that, but they don't never say like nothing is wrong. And that's just for right now and in today's time. But I'm saying that I feel like they trump it up when you have things already on your record.
To make it big. To make it bigger. That's what they do. And it's so funny because the pharmacist had came to me and said, do you need what's they call it, that medicine, cholesterol medicine?
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm a big girl. And they automatically assume because you're a big girl, you got high cholesterol.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Like boxing the patient. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I think they do it if they think they can get you, is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. The daggone pharmacist say you don't need no good. I don't have high cholesterol. Thank you, God.
Molly was thanking the doctors and like people like the guy in the video for telling the truth.
Yes.
I can't remember exactly how he said it, but he was saying, you know, he said they're just doing what they're programmed to do. Thanks to the doctors, like in this video, for telling us the truth.
Yes.
Yeah, they're letting some out there. Yeah. Back in the early 80s, this is from James Stallings. Back in the early 80s, I worked at a veterans hospital in Washington, D.C., where they told me where I do orientation, invest in medical institutions and insurance companies. This was back in the 1980s. Haney gave me the prescription for my cannabis card for my health conditions. Okay.
You know what? They told me that I could get, because I have the nerve damage, that I could get a cannabis card.
Yeah, you don't have to smoke, and people don't. This is a misconception with marijuana too, because I try to tell my grandmother this, and she thinks that marijuana is just smoking weed or rolling some shit up. Like you can put it in teas, it's oils, there's like all types of different ways that you can consume it and get what you need. Especially for the people that want to slap that minty smelling shit on their knee or whatever. They got I forgot what you call it. Ben Gay.
You need that liniment and that Ben Gay.
That liniment smelling like that liniment. I don't want those stinky people in my apartment with that liniment. But that type of shit, they have oils and all types of advances for it. So people should look into it. Because I hear a lot of people with a lot of different issues that swear off from anything related to marijuana, and they have these issues that something natural can help assist with. That's all.
Yeah,
Josh said that. I'm going to read one more comment. My bad. I just want to try to catch them when they say something.
Okay, catch them. Go ahead.
Just to let y'all know that we're paying attention to y'all. Josh said maybe they are saying that so that you do, or maybe they're saying that so you do go instead and not going and end up worse than cost them more money.
Say what?
So he's saying that maybe it's for a good reason. Pull that comment back up, Molly, if you don't mind. He said maybe they're saying that they are saying that so that you go in like to the doctor's office and say it. So maybe they're giving you incentives to get you into the doctor's office for without having ill intent behind it, as opposed to you getting sick because you're not checking, especially us black people, not checking and seeing what's going on. Maybe that's the way to get you in there instead of waiting it off and it being worse of a thing to treat.
That's true.
So that's a good outlook. That's a different
dozen than the other. It's always, you know, especially with medicine, you got the good and the bad outlook. You're right. That could be true.
Slicky said, "Go ahead and get that marijuana card because he need that joint."
You
Move
get
to Missouri.
Your own marijuana card. That was because he need that joint. Negro, please. They'll give you one quicker than they give me one. He crazy. He probably already got one. I was like, go ahead and get that marijuana card.
Yeah, but that's more people. Like, you know how people be flipping other stuff. You know,
but like you said, they have teas. I was told, like my cousin said, just a couple of drops of the oil in your tea. She said it would help soothe the neuropathy because I was severe neuropathy pain.
Yeah, it calms the nerves. Yeah, calms the nerves.
And I heard my uncle, my father's brother told me, Niecy, go get some of that CBD oil and rub it on your knees.
That CBD. Yeah, CBD
yeah,
oil.
He said, rub it on your knees. He said, that'll help you. And I was like, what?
That'll probably work too. Some CBD is beneficial as well, but if you really want to go, that's like the people that don't want to take Excedrin, but you want to take something weaker because you feel safer with it or whatever. That get the real stuff, get the name brand pretty much, and get right with yourself as opposed to trying to, I'm gonna get some CBD. All right, well, you stick with that and see how long it takes you to feel better. You know, not you in general. I'm talking about people that like swear off from marijuana, but say they're gonna try CBD and whatever. But you know, yeah. I mean, I'm all for it. Shit, natural ways to do stuff instead of popping pills. And, you know,
I'm all for natural ways too and everything.
Hey, Connie takes a 100 milligram THC gummy every night.
Damn.
I ate a whole bag
Good
of
sleep.
Did you?
Yeah. She should have never let you do that shit. That's and for somebody
you
that
didn't know
don't,
there was weed in?
she knew that shit, but she probably want to be big dog.
I was trying to calm down. I didn't know how much. See, that's the thing. You never know how much your body. Everybody's body is different. you never know how much you need or you don't need.
You better get somebody to read the package to your ass. That's what you do. Read the ingredients. Hello. All weed is not the same. Like, you took that shit, got the fucking sweating and shit.
Oh, you talking about with Michelle?
Yeah, you got the sweating and shit, looking around. I said, oh my God.
Tyree cussed us out. He said, the only gummies you eat, you get from Molly. That's the only gummy you get. You only use Molly products.
Yeah. Yeah, slow.
Tyree, he was mad. He told my Misha, he told his Aunt Sparkle, he said that he was about to kick me and Michelle both in the ass.
If you would have took one or two, like a good hour or a good 30 minutes before you. Oh, no, I don't know what the milligrams was on that joint.
37.
Yes, on marijuana remedies. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The marijuana, I like that.
It wasn't indica, it was sativa.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm surprised because sativa is the chill shit, so it still had to be up there in the dosage because sativa is calm. Indica is the stuff that puts you down. Huh?
Yeah, indica. Yeah,
no, indica puts you down.
Indica.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, that helps you remember. Yeah, indica will put your ass down. And sativa is the one that you can go to work on if you're that type of person.
Yep.
But anyway.
Sativa is the one that made me paranoid. I think that's what she said. It was sativa because all I know, my eyes.
But it could be that weed strain though, because some strain, a site like Leafly, use Incredible Site, it'll give you the especially getting from a dispensary. Anyone, it'll tell you all the specs on it. Each strain of weed has specs on what results you should expect to see.
But I ate a gummy. I didn't eat the weed.
Yeah, but next time if you ever try some shit, at least you know because you just pop that joint and ain't read the back. You know how loaded that joint was. You know she get dispensary shit, so I would have looked anyway. I would have looked.
It tasted good. It was nice and fruity.
And you was nice and fucked up in there. Yeah.
I will never eat another gummy. I will never, ever eat a gummy ever again. Can't control yourself.
I pop one or two of them gummies though, but
nope.
I know what I'm taking though.
If I get it from a certain person, I'm only allowed to eat one brand of gummy anyway, one maker. So if I get to that
yeah,
I'm not one of those people. I will never try another gummy. Someone gave me, who was that? Michelle gave me one.
Probably, yeah, because this is the one.
No, it was two. No, it was two. It was two people. Pretty and Potent gave me one of hers, and that was a peach one. Yeah. And my ass ended up straining my ankle for no fucking reason. I wasn't running. I was just standing there and spraying my fucking ankle. I went to turn and spraying my fucking ankle.
Not standing in place and spraying.
I was standing in place. And then she gave me one of those where they put the weed in the cup and you have to suck it out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I had one of those, and I sprang a groin.
I never heard this.
I pulled the groin, standing in place.
Yeah.
And then another time that I ate a gummy. The other gummy was Michelle gave me that damn gummy, and I ended up messing up my knee. Just standing in place. I just stand there. When I move, I break something.
Because you be messing up some shit when you take them shit. Yeah, you.
I will. All I have to do is move the wrong way. I mean, it's like, hey,
shit.
I move the wrong way and something go clack, and I break.
Well, yeah. I remember. Yeah, Trey was there for my first experience in luncheon. When I lunched out in a bad way, that was bad. Even when I got home and in the car, because I thought she's gonna rape me.
Yeah, that was a fact because she kept pushing up on your ass. That's why you probably let that ass go. She kept pushing up on your motherfucking ass.
And get nobody number to call but Slicky Woo Boo, DJ Slicky Woo Boo. I'm saying help me.
Yeah,
he was like, "Well, what you do?" And Michelle said, "I'll take care of you, baby. I'll take care of you." And he's yelling, "Oh, she gonna get we in the woods because she took the back way. She was trying to go around. I don't know. All I know." And I'm like, "This is not the way we go. This is the woods."
Mm-hmm. Do y'all know what tinctures are? I don't want to be saying it like a dumbass. I'm sorry, I never read it before.
Like
tinctures.
Tinctures. Something make the butter.
He said it works perfectly well for pain.
Yeah,
killer cigarette?
basically it's alcohol. I mean, you can make a tincture out of vodka. You can make
Okay.
a tincture out of whiskey.
So it's like
You got
it's a brewing method, I guess, right? You saying?
no, you just got to add alcohol. Whatever kind of
Oh,
alcohol
oh,
is your
okay.
favorite.
Why is that?
Even if
Why
it's
is that the
grain alcohol.
Why is that? Why is the alcohol content make it effective though?
Because of the delivery method.
Oh,
alcohol.
Okay. I mean, but it's liquid form, but it has to be added to alcohol.
Yeah, you could take cannabis oil and put it in alcohol. That would be a tincture.
Yeah, I thought.
So
Really?
is a label? I'm just trying to understand. Is it labeled a tincture because of how medically alcohol thins the blood? So like it's more effective to get. Is that why it's mixed with alcohol?
Well, it's just the delivery method. Alcohol metabolizes as a refined sugar, so it really hits your brain faster, just like having a beer or something like that. You're doing a shot.
Okay.
So
but
alcohol
of the weed, that's the tincture when they strain the weed,
Right.
because they can use the tincture to
Like when
make
you- like
butter,
when you-
to make
like
all that
when you-
other stuff. The actual tincture is
when
when
I'm-
they
when I'm-
strain it.
Well, when I'm smoking a bowl, that's a long delivery method, and that long delivery method, it takes a little longer before you're high. You get through with your bowl, you're pretty much high. But in a tincture, because it's an alcohol, it's goes through your stomach and hits your liver fast, hits your brain fast, just like any alcohol. So and you don't need a whole lot of it. And that's how you can concentrate too.
Alcohol. Wait a minute, damn! You calling the alcohol the tincture? The tincture is them straining the weed, and you can put the strained weed in anything.
Yeah.
You can put it in alcohol,
Right.
butter. I do know that because I know people that makes the tinctures that cooks the whatever in the weed, out the weed or whatever. And then once you get all that whatever, you can put it in butter, you can put it in alcohol, you can drop it in oil or whatever. So that's the straining of the stuff out the weed. That's what the tincture happened to be. That's what Trey was asking. What is the tincture?
Yeah, it said the dissolving of the drug in the alcohol.
Yep.
Where is
You can make a tincture out of about anything.
Yep, we got a couple of people on the panel that know how to make the tinctures. That know how to do that.
Okay, so I didn't understand. I didn't know the word, but basically it's a word that says it's concentrating whatever it's concentrating whatever it is. It's just a different word for concentrate.
Yeah.
They're using
That's-
big words again. They're using
dope
big
on the
words
tincture.
again. Thank you.
That's what's up on the tincture. I never heard of that at first, so that's dope. I ain't know Molly be on that type of shit too, because I could be asking about that type of shit when it comes to health. I ain't know nothing about that.
Keani knows about it. Keani will tell you. He knows about
It's
it.
just it's a word of it's the word of it's a different word for concentrate. You're concentrating it.
Oh, all right, no problem.
with the tincture, because that's how my cousin make her brownies and her cookies. She put the tincture and make her butter. She makes her butter. She takes that tincture and mix it with that oil or whatever, and that's how you got her. She get her weed butter.
And she extract whatever it is to make it to concentrate it.
Yep, she extracts whatever out that weed. And that's the tincture. After she extracts it.
Yeah. New words, same shit. Okay, Slicky Woo.
What's Slicky
Yeah,
Woo says?
He said new word, same shit. Concentrate. I make weed tincture. I make that. I've been making that for a long time. And it's good for certain things, but you don't have to use alcohol. I can use glycerin too for the non-alcoholics. Like I don't drink, so I don't make. For me personally, with alcohol, but for other people, alcohol is the best way to go. That's the best way to extract all the THC out of the marijuana or whatever plant you might be trying to extract from. That's what the alcohol is used for. But if you don't want to use alcohol, you can use glycerin.
Right.
You can but you can also use vegetables though, right? And extract the alcohol out of the vegetables you use. You don't actually have to use the vegetable alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, Kenny. Cannabis education is so important.
The
Anything that's
sharing,
teaching
it's
you a
sharing it
better
is
way to
that's the
consumer.
important.
Yeah, any
Like
way
I
to teach you
say,
to be a better consumer is
no
good.
good, no good thing should you withhold from your brother. That's a sharing education and knowledge. You know that is good. That definitely is good. And that's
James
what we do.
James Stallings has said, say marijuana is actually a muscle control medication. You can think you're standing still. Alcohol helps open up so the cannabis liquid and the THPS can go in. I think he's giving the abbreviation for marijuana, the terpenes and stuff, whatever you call it. It's a long word for marijuana, but I think that's what he was saying too. Like kind of agreeing with y'all.
Yeah, it's a long process too. Unless you got like the machine I got the magical butter machine, so it take a 4-hour process. But if you do it without that machine, it could take a whole day to make. And I almost blew up my whole apartment making that shit. Like I really caught on fire. I was in the hospital for like a week.
Oh, Molly.
Yeah, yeah, because the first time I made it on the stove, on a gas stove. It's best to use electric stove. One drop touched the gas stove, and it just said boom, and fire was everywhere on the wall, on me. Like, man, my cousin, the only reason saved me, I was out. She was spraying me with the thing. I'm
Oh
rolling
my
around,
God.
man. It was crazy. The whole apartment was on fire. Man, what was
That's
sad, rental office never came. They didn't even know the fire even happened. It happened over the weekend. I paid my brother and them come paint the wall and fix it up and stuff. But the girl I was with at the time, she didn't get no fucks about me. She just kept talking about the house, the carpet, the da-da-da. I'm like, shit, I almost died. Like, like that opened my eyes to a lot of shit though. But yeah, my mother, man, that's when she started calling me little chemist. Like, boy, you swear you're a chemist. I always watching shit on YouTube. And that's why I started making my own videos to let people know don't use it on the gas stove. Cause the guy I was watching it, he never told me that, and he was using the gas stove, but he been doing it so long, and he wasn't making a big portion like I was. I was making when he was making times 5, So it was learning spirit, but I almost killed myself. So be careful if you out there trying to make tension with alcohol. If you do, use an electric stove.
tension with alcohol. Whoa. Flammable. And you done one drop and I guess the pot blew up, blew all the rest of the tension all over the place. And jeez Louise, Molly. That's worse.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, you
That's
won't
that.
find me cooking up no tension.
Yeah, that sound like back in the day when they used to set up them steels out in the woods. Blow
Oh
up the whole
yeah.
damn
From the
woods. They
woods
used to set up
standing
them
up.
steels.
They used to
Police
blow
said,
up.
"What happened?" Police just kept saying, "What happened?" I said, "I was cooking burgers." I guess I let the truth out. They said, "You
I
sticking to
agree.
that
I
story,
agree.
huh?" Hell yeah, that's my story. Can't remember none of those.
Right. Yeah, stop trying to get me. Stop trying to keep digging into what I said. I said I burnt myself because I was cooking.
Like
Stop
grease
trying.
fire. Like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, at least
But
I'm glad you was on here like knowledgeable about it. I didn't even know that you know how to do that. Like, I didn't know about. I remember the story of getting you catching an apartment on fire, but you never said why and what happened. Like,
Yeah,
That's
that was the
right.
first time I actually heard the reason why. Yeah.
well,
And you-
I remember him saying that that's how he extract and make his gummies, but I didn't know the
Yeah,
process.
gummies. That's how I make the gummies. I make the tension first, and then I soak it in there for like a day, and it absorb inside the gummies. Then I throw the sugar in there and I mix it with the sugar. That's how you make weed sugar. They use the tension, throw sugar in there, you keep stirring it up until it dry out. When it dry out, it have a whole nother color. So then I sprinkle that on top of the candy. I throw that in my drinks, my tea, anything, and it just. But I use mine without alcohol. I use glycerin now. I stay with glycerin because I almost blew up for one, and that's the easiest way.
yeah.
And
I
I
had to
got a
learn some
machine
shit.
now. I ain't gotta use the stove no more. I got a machine. So
Yeah.
yeah,
he
that
did. He
Yeah.
that
was
eight
That's what's
hundred
up,
smart.
though.
dollars is worth it. I paid 1,000 for that machine. Now that I know what I know today, save you time
Yeah.
and save your hospital trip.
Right.
See, And I learned something today. I didn't know they was using. I thought they was just making it out of glycerin. I didn't know you could use alcohol with that. So the alcohol is dangerous though.
You can use vinegar
Alcohol
too.
been dangerous.
Yeah, that's
You make alcohol with potato wine, just simple potato whiskey. You just put it in, let it ferment, and then you extract all of that stuff out of there. I remember the old men used to do that stuff. I wouldn't do it. Well, I wouldn't even drink it.
We used to find them ways to get bit.
Yeah, they did. I mean, the moonshiners. I've seen some stills before. I mean, now you can do it on the stove and it's illegal.
My grandfather was like that shit. I ain't know nothing that was going on.
Yeah, I like
wasn't allowed to go in
edibles.
there. But
I just couldn't eat them because I was vegan. So every time people, you want to try edible, I get sick. It's like shit. They like, I'm not gonna make no vegan edible just for one nigga. So I was like, you know what? Let me make mine. And I was making them in a way that I can eat it. People who might be vegan can eat it, or non-vegans, either one can eat it. And that's how I got into it.
And Molly, tell the people why the edibles was making you sick. I didn't know this either. Tell them what's in the Jello.
Teach me.
Pork.
Yeah, but pork and a lot of the
what's up, Antonio?
It's made with pork.
A new comment in here. What's up, Antonio?
Antonio Anthony. Call you double A. MCO.
Hey.
Double A. MCO. You say Marley looking like a cartoon with that black spot on his face. Wait.
Nah, he talking about someone you burn yourself. It ain't it wasn't no soot.
I had
wasn't
no hair on my
fireplace.
legs. I'm the hurriest person probably on this panel. I had no hair on my legs or my arms. Like I was just straight skin. I could smell my skin cooking. That's how I know. Like it smelled like meat. Like if I didn't know that was me cooking, I'd have been like, damn, who that cooked? Somebody cooking something. It smelled like that was me. I said,
like
shit.
that.
Like it makes sense now. Like I smelled my skin burn and that shit smelled like food and that shit burn and hurts like a motherfucker. It wasn't nothing I can do. It's like I couldn't get away from it. I just
You
rolled
couldn't
in
do
there.
that but pass out, I
I
guess.
was like, shit. Yeah, I passed out about 5 times. Every time I woke up, I was somewhere else. I passed out in the apartment, passed out. I was in the back of the ambulance when I woke up. Went back out. I was somewhere in the ambulance. We was almost there. They said pass out. Was in the hospital. Pass out. My family there. I was like, what the pass out? They gone. I'm like, what the fuck going on? I just kept going out and waiting. They said I inhaled too much smoke though.
Yeah.
My
It's
lungs.
smoke inhalation. So what the person that was in the apartment with you, did she get sick too?
Nah, my cousin Mecca, she was all right. She was good. She was just
Probably got the hell out of Dodge when that blew up. Boom.
Yeah, she was sitting on the couch.
Did she do it? Did she do a Whoopi Goldberg when Mr. started cooking?
She got the fire extinguisher. She put me out, the fire out. If she wanted
the
that
hell
fire,
up.
would have kept going. Cause I was just running. I didn't know. I ended up out the apartment, outside somewhere. I was rolling everywhere. I was trying to get that shit off. But she put all the fire out and everything. So I'm happy she
And she
did.
put you out all the fires.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Oh,
She tell
wow.
that story. It be so funny now. At the time, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's funny today.
I don't know if you remember the last time my mom got on here, she was talking about, I don't know what the hell we was talking about, but she was talking about me getting hurt one Christmas, and she was saying like Christmas isn't that like celebratory for her. I think Ron was on here that day. That's the day that Ron was on here, but she was talking about me getting hurt one of them Christmases. I done burned myself. I was on some different shit. I wasn't trying to do no good. I was on some different shit, and I burned myself. So the stages of going
How
back,
did you burn yourself?
because I was playing with matches.
One of them kids.
Yeah, I was playing with matches. And I see, ironically, and it was my fault, so I take the blame. But there was a water bottle there, right? And it started to burn my finger. But instead of grabbing the water bottle, I grabbed the rubbing alcohol by accident. Out of the quickness, because it was right by each other, really, and it started to burn my finger to the point I can't drop it on the carpet. But the match went out, like it was going out, and I was trying to like pour it out, and I poured some alcohol in the motherfucker, and that shit blew up and it was like 2 fireballs. One went forward, and one came at me, and it hit the plastic number that was on my jersey. So the number 3 is, you can't see the number 3, but the number 3 was right here, and I burned it. I ain't feel it or nothing until like much later, but like by the end of the day, I didn't really feel it by the end of the day. And even the doctor was like, "Oh, he's lying, saying that he doesn't feel anything." There's no reason to lie. If y'all gonna do something, if you see this fucking, hole in my jerseys y'all made me take off, like you see that I burned myself, so I'm not gonna lie. But the stages of going back, if it growing back, everything like healing itself, the itching and all of that shit is fucking crazy. So be careful with the burning yourself. Don't do shit to burn yourself and have to go through any type of anything like that, because you don't want that shit.
Thank goodness I never burn myself up. I may cut myself up or stab myself up, but shock myself. But no.
I've shocked myself and I've burned myself. But the craziest thing was my one of my neighbor's son. He was playing with matches, and he managed to set the curtains on fire. But he ended up with burns from his lower part of his body all the way the mid part of his up to his navel.
Damn.
He decided he wanted to piss on the fire without running and calling his parents. He was only like 6, 7 years old, but he knew he did something wrong because the curtains had caught on fire. And he decided he was going to put it. He knew water put it out, but his urine actually ignited the fire for somehow.
What?
It caught his lower part of his body, burnt him up pretty good.
I didn't know that pee does that though.
I didn't either. I didn't. I would figure it would put it out, but I guess it was that large of a fire. Plastic curtains. It depends on what type of material the curtains were.
Urine was flammable. We never heard that urine was flammable.
I never heard of it either, but that's what the fire marshal. That's what we got at the end of the day. That it once he started urine on it, it just. I guess it was the material that he urinated on. I don't know what kind of curtains there were, but it just took off. I don't know. I'm just saying what happened. What I was told had happened. I can't say it. That's exactly.
Allegedly. Yeah. So y'all can go back and check, see if urine is flammable. Lee's not saying it. She's saying it's the story that she got. She just telling the story, people.
Yeah, that's it. And my dumb ass, I've been electrocuted a couple times. With the dumb shit, got electrocuted. You remember the old telephone when it disconnect from the little box on the wall? The old phone. My dumb ass, it broke.
The joint that on the wall.
Yeah, it broke. So I pulled the wire off. I'm gonna connect it, but I couldn't get it all the way off. So I did this.
Oh my god! Yeah. See, but I would have that's different because it's not. I would have thought I wouldn't have bit it. I wouldn't have bit the cord, but I wouldn't have thought that cord going to that foam part that you hold. I wouldn't have thought that was.
No, this right here is the part that goes into the phone, into the base of the phone, the old time phone, the one with the rotary phone, the rotary phone.
Cool. I thought you were talking about the one that goes to the handheld part.
No, the phone that goes from the telephone pole to that little box that came out the wall. I had to put it back on, so I pulled it off, and it broke away. I pulled it off, and when I did this,
you been right into the wall. Electric bill high as shit because of you.
It was worse than a brain freeze. All I could do was lay down.
I don't want to feel no electric. I don't want to feel no electricity.
That shit was funny, man. I said, damn.
I got my butt whooped because I got electrocuted. I got my hands whooped. Me and my brother playing basketball, we put the little rim on the closet door, so we used to dunk that shit. So I came down, but we used a wire like from a extension cord that was broke, so we tied it up with that because it was trash. We was like, we're gonna use that. I came down, dunked, and my arm came down on the knob, and the shit went inside my skin. So I thought I got electrocuted. I'm running around. I got electrocuted. My mother like, shut your dumb ass up. You just hit your funny bone. I never hit my funny bone before, so I thought I was getting electrocuted. I'm running around. I'm screaming. I'm like, oh, my mother laughed like, man, she whipped my ass though. She's like, calm your dumb ass down. Ain't even nothing plugged up. Like, ain't nothing shooting through there. But after the first time I hit my funny bone, they need to call that something else. Like when I hit my funny bone, it wasn't nothing funny about that shit.
No,
Hey, you was a kid. You was a kid. I was a grown motherfucker biting on electricity. My dumb
Oh
ass.
no, I thought we was talking about being
You ain't
kids.
tell me that
I
was
was
bad.
grown. I
you
was
needed
grown.
to be electrocuted. Then you needed
I was grown.
Yeah, I was
For
a
some,
kid.
you was a kid. That's acceptable. My black ass was grown. I
I
was
ain't
in
even
my
get
20s.
electrocuted. I
I
thought I
was
got
in my
electrocuted.
20s.
Damn.
I
Nah,
learned my lesson though. I don't bite shit.
I don't
Yeah.
play with wire. I don't
Well,
play
we
around with them
coming to the
wires.
close, the end of the show. Do anybody got any good, exciting news that's coming up? Anybody?
You do.
January
I do.
31st.
January 24th. Oh damn,
No, not
Damien
that one. That
again.
one's over. No, not that one.
Not this one. My bad.
No.
Did you send that one?
Yeah, you should have it. The green one with Tony
David
Viagra
Green.
and Funny Man Phil Green.
Yeah, that was it.
What the
No, that ain't it.
No, it ain't. My
yeah.
bad. This it.
There it is. Tony Viagra.
Oh shit.
Let me
Funny Man Green.
delete the old one.
Oh
Hey,
Lord.
hey, out there, send my flyer. Send the flyer to them. You have
You
it.
didn't send it to me.
You the one. Oh, you erased it, didn't you?
You told me to.
No, hold on. Let me grab my phone.
Send it to the group. All you got to do is send it to the group, Lee, and Molly will snatch it out the group.
Mm-hmm. They at the hood.
At the
Yep.
So while Lee's trying to send it to the group, and Molly will snatch it out the group. So while she's sending her flyer to the group, Damien, tell us when this is. It's gonna be at the Hub.
Yeah, Friday, January 31st. The Hub, German American restaurant. One show a month, showcasing the best talent in the country. We got Tony Viagra coming from Jacksonville, Florida, and we got Funny Man Green coming from the DC area.
Okay.
Dinner at 7, 8 o'clock show.
David Green. And what's on the menu? Still the same three things?
Yeah.
Why you
Saint
say it
Rib,
like that?
Same three things.
Saint Rib, prime
That's
rib,
shady as fuck.
I said
and
it's
stuffed
sent.
salmon.
It's sent.
But I know Funny Man Green. He's a vegetarian, so Eva, the old lady, she's got a vegetarian thing for him,
Okay.
like potato pancakes or something.
Okay.
It's sent.
Okay. And we
Yep.
know David loved pizza.
And you know you got you up there too on the February 8th.
Oh, okay.
February 8th.
Yeah, but mine is
my
on January 20th. Yep, that's yours. Mine is on January 24th in 2 weeks.
Okay.
She gonna be in tell her where you gonna be in 2 weeks. I gotta
I'll be-
stop.
Okay. I'll be in Clarksville, Tennessee. I got some heavy hitters going to Tennessee trying to start an internship down there. A lot of comics I'm trying to get a lot of comics to go to try to open up some doors on that side of the world for some of these DMV comedians. We gonna make it work. Yeah, we
Tell
ain't
us the
funny.
first
We
show.
ain't famous, but we funny as fuck.
Like
I'm
the
talking.
first show that's going down there. Tell them a line of the first
Yeah.
comedian.
Yeah, the very first show that's being done down that way in Clarksville, Tennessee, at the Joker's house, will be Sevitz Richard. He will be hosting along with myself. We have the Gwen Factor, Ray Diva, and a special guest.
Birthday boy.
Birthday boy, Mr. Cotton. Yeah, boy. We're
know
gonna
him,
bang it out.
Damien.
Yeah, Damien.
Jeremiah Cotton.
Jeremiah Cotton, it's his birthday on the 24th, and he will be in Clarksville, Tennessee at the Joker's house for his birthday.
Awesome.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Jeremiah's solid, man.
Yeah, we got Shepherd's Richard, Jeremiah, Ray Diva, and the Gwen Factor.
So that should be a nice show.
Oh
We
yeah.
got some
And then
funny
I'll be setting up for February. Because I know this is getting ready to be hilarious.
On February the 8th, we got Sandy Bernstein. You got JoJo Baby. The Gwen Factor again. The Gwen Factor. You got Poppy the Bear. You got I can't think of the other white boy name. I keep saying Sean. It might be, I can't think of his name. And that's my boo. How you not think of your boo name? I got so many boos. I cannot think of his name. I gotta wait till the flyer come up.
There we go.
There we go.
JoJo Baby, Sandy Bernstein, Jason Shimmer.
Jason. There you go. That's the name I couldn't think of. Jason. I'm sorry, Jason. I still love you.
And DJ Smooth.
Hosted by DJ B, man. Yep.
Yeah, but let's not forget about the JoJo Baby.
Say the baby, the JoJo Baby. We did say JoJo Baby, right? Sandy Bernstein, JoJo Baby, and the Gwen Factor. And then on the other side, we got me, Jason, and DJ Smooth, and Poppy the Bear. He's hilarious. These are Baltimore. Most of these are Baltimore comedians. I think myself and Gwen are the only ones that's not from that area, that B-more area, that B-more clip. But it don't matter. We're not from Baltimore, but we go down there and still bring the funny. They love us just the same. We always get a nice, warm, welcoming reception. If you come out to laugh, come out to laugh and have a good time. And his shows typically sell out. I bet you this will be another sellout show, Lee. What you think?
I'm pretty sure it will.
Because he said that it's going already. And we got another month to go, and he got less than half. He got more than half the seat show. Half the seat. I think he said he got like 30% left. So I'm like, dang. So I hope y'all get y'all tickets. Y'all come see your girl perform. It's me, Gwen, and Sandy, the only ladies on the show. That's the three ladies. So yeah, please come out, love and support. It's my Crazy Valentine. It's the Crazy Valentine's Day show. And y'all know I'm crazy, but I'm giving me a Valentine's. Speaking of a Valentine's, one of my Valentines, you know what? I'm gonna share this video. I'm gonna send Molly. I'm gonna send you this video. I thought this was so cute.
You sitting in it? Oh.
To Molly.
There we go. There we go. There we go. We ain't famous, but we funny as fuck. January 24th, 2025. This is the first show in Tennessee for us.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's what's up.
Thanks, Molly.
That's our boy Jeremiah on there?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You know we was looking for him. I found him.
Around.
Messenger.
I found him.
I wouldn't worry too much about it.
What do you say, Connie? Connie said something.
Yeah, I couldn't hear.
You might be able to just put another one back on there.
Well, just telling you what happened. It was frozen. I pulled and one side snapped off, so I stopped.
All right, y'all. Let me blow the flyer up so I can look at it and see. All right. Yep. So that's the flag showing where they gonna be, where they gonna go. I like that. That's a good looking flyer. That's a good looking flyer. Because every day is a winding road.
Amen.
I get a little bit excited. So, yep, there you go. On the road again.
Oh, yeah.
She said I get a little bit closer.
Mm-hmm.
On the road again.
We do.
Oh shit.
So that's hey, that's what's up. So we got the shows that's coming up. I think we got another barbershop show coming up at Tumac Barbershop at the end of January as well. But all I know for y'all federal government employees and everybody all around the world, tomorrow is a federal holiday. Y'all know what tomorrow is?
No.
They made Jimmy Carter. They gave it he made it a federal holiday. Jimmy Carter. Funeral. He lined in the rotunda now. So everybody that's a govy is off. Federal holiday. I know they happy. That's all I got was I'm happy. I'm happy, the government is going to be shut down tomorrow. So all that means is that we can't get no banking done tomorrow. We can't get don't call for no businesses. They ain't gonna be done. They gonna be doing nothing half the day. Before holiday, they don't be doing no work. So, and then Friday, they might as well give them the rest of the week off.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks.
Right.
What Josh say?
He's critiquing my flyer. He said, "Butt with 2 T's." That's nice.
Hey, great show, you guys.
Yep.
Mama. Yep. I'm gonna get me a boo soon.
What's a boo?
Mama.
A boo. Someone to go, hey boo, a boo.
Oh shit.
I'm not gonna give me you said boo boo.
I can do that to everybody.
I'm gonna start you a Tinder account.
A Tinder account. Wait a minute, let me trade. Yeah. Is the Tinder account? You know about Tinder?
Yeah.
Is that the one they use for jump offs?
All the platforms are jump off platforms.
Don't put me on a jump off account, Damien, because I don't want no man show up and split the sex, and I'll be like, wait a minute,
I don't know what platform you think you're gonna get on. Not even you can't even get on Christian Mingle and think that you ain't about to get hollered at. So I don't know what you.
I mean, not hollered at, but sex. I was on Christian Mingle.
Hollered at is sex. Come on now, let's not act like we don't know.
I call hollered at, trying to say, hey, can I take you out?
Nah, that's not in 2025. That was back then.
I need a dictionary. I need the new slang dictionary because I'm gonna get really messed up.
You already said what Facebook dating be hitting on, which is absolutely nothing. So what makes you think that you're gonna get on a different platform?
Well, I'm gonna write my own dictionary.
Christian Mingle, and Christian Mingle just as bad as anything else. I mean, I thought that it would be decent and clean, but that's how nasty. I'm like, these